Hello, good evening and welcome to another live stream. How are you all doing? Excited for tonight? Because nothing's more exciting on a Sunday evening than watching some guy play Roller Coaster Tycoon. Chill Sunday. Yeah, same here. Well, I mean, I worked, but it was chill anyway. Had a good day. Very satisfying. Finished the video a lot quicker than I expected. And for the first time in a very long time, I published the video on Sunday. I believe this used to be, very long ago, my publishing day, Sunday. That was before I ever live streamed or anything like that. That was I think in the very early days of my YouTube channel. I think my publishing time was Sunday at midday, like noon. I'm not sure. It's a long time ago. You know, it's Sunday when some Dutch guy streams an old game. Hell yeah. We seem to be very good at this. There's a lot of Dutch people in a lot of those kind of communities. Love your vids, excited to catch a stream. Well, welcome Alan. Home just in time. Nice. Hey, you were at a festival again, weren't you? I saw some pictures. Alright, let's get into it. We are gonna use electric fields today. And it's gonna be a park with your suggestions. So we can start. What would you guys like me to build? Anything goes. Well, you know. Apart from the obvious. But cheats are allowed. That's what I meant with that. Build a food festival. I mean, I can build a merry-go-round with a stall next to it. That's a food festival, right? What's the obvious? Rude stuff. Overly sexual stuff. That's, you know, that doesn't go for obvious reasons. Alright, a canvas tent. There's your tent. Remove the dead end. Nah. Guess we'll have fun exploring that. Oh, wow, that's a ton of guests coming in. Okay, so if we just, I don't know, build some food stalls here. Or not just food stalls, just stalls in general, I guess. Wait, now you're rotated wrongly. Drown guest 69. Never changes, does it? Bye bye. Now, Max will know what this means. Max will get the reference. Others might be confused why I just called a hot dog stall. I mean, it's got nothing to do with hot dogs, but I just called a food stall swaffle stall. Okay, these are all the food stalls I have. Yellow balloons. Sure, but why? In the merry-go-round, my mum. A classic. Fellow Dutchie here approves. Well, but the thing is, yesterday Max actually saw a swaffle stall. And they stalled swaffles. which were waffles in the shape of a penis. Now, anyone here who doesn't speak Dutch is like, what? And I understand your confusion. Well, the thing is that we have a verb in Dutch. It's swaffling. What it means is to bang your penis against something. You know, if you're saying, I'm swaffling my table, well, imagine. You're not even 10 minutes in. Technically, we are 10 minutes in if you count the intro. $9.26. Dang it. We just round that up to 10 minutes. I think the Top Gear fans should know as well. But Top Gear said it wrong though. They said specifically it only counts against the Taj Mahal. I believe that is where the origin of the word comes from. Someone was doing it to the Taj Mahal. Which is a bit weird. Ooh, this is very black, that entrance. Now what shall we color this? Does this part come with any of the rides that can fly off the track? If it doesn't, we can use cheats to add them anyway. We should probably add some path. Blue rim, yellow inside. I already got the blue rim here. Any specific reason? Or is it just cause? I mean, it doesn't look half bad. That's what the Ferris wheels here look like. That makes sense. Try building one of those custom tuned to crash only with very fat guests. Fitness enforced program. I mean, that's gonna be a bit annoying though. Because we'll have random crashes throughout. We do definitely not have one available right now. But we can of course just... Well, we still don't have one available. Hang on. Object selection. I will make it available. Ah, that's a lot of food stalls and drink stalls as well that we're getting. I wasn't able to see the ending, but did you manage to make the castle beautiful? That series is not finished yet, but I'm doing something else today. Can you make a random segment of path that goes as deep as possible and then comes up back to the surface? Sure. It's not very deep, if I'm honest. There should be 6 units. But sure. Oh, it doesn't quite fit here. I mean, it kind of does, but it's gonna be disconnected. Yeah, it works, doesn't it? Okay, let's change that. Is there a speedrunning category for park awards? No. That is an interesting one. Except that I don't think it would be that interesting, since it would be incredibly luck-based. Because it is possible to get all the awards, you know, within... Is there 17 awards, I think? Yeah, to get them in 17 months. At least in Open RC do it is, not in Vanilla. Vanilla needs 18, I think. But... You just need luck. Which is not very interesting. Alright, what shall I build next? And yes, we have every vanilla ride type available now. Minus the expansions, because the expansions are stupid! Also, the expansions didn't actually give any new ride types, just ride skins. There are quite a few ride types. In Vanilla, quite a few of these are actually categorized under 2 different rides types. For example, the river raft is also counted as a transport ride. Now, I don't know if it is also counted as a transport ride for the guests always go on it when it's free thing. I haven't tested that. I have a feeling it's not. And similar with the dinghy slide and the water coaster, which are both water ride and roller coaster. But now the dinghy slide is only water and the water coaster is only a roller coaster here. Do you have the hybrid? Oh yeah, I should add that. A giant elevator that only brings the guests up, forcing them to walk down a spiral path. I like that. And build that in the corner here. Congrats on finding an example of the observer effect in RCT. Yeah, it's actually a perfect idea of the observer effect, because they behave indeed differently when observed. And, you know, I used to hate the observer effect. Because it was never properly explained to me. Because people always said, for those who don't know, observer effect is like a quantum thing. It's when light behaves like both a wave and particle. But when you try to observe something like that, right? I think I might have got it slightly wrong. I think it's a little bit different. Somewhere, but when you observe it, when you try to observe it, it suddenly only is one of the two. And it causes something called the wave function to collapse into a single point instead of a big wave. Even though when you only... It's something like when you fire a single particle, the result you see is a wave as if there were multiple particles. Yet, when you try to observe the particle, it's only... Oh yeah, crap, this is stupidly expensive. Well, this is not going to happen for a while. I'll just drop the gas down for now. All particles are both waves and particles at the same time. By trying to measure where it is, you collapse the wave function. Yeah. Basically, something like... Yeah, the double slit experiment. I had it in my head, but I couldn't quite explain it. So basically, it's when you explain it, when you observe it, it suddenly behaves differently. And for the longest time, I hated that. Because... Yes, Hoover, we are talking about physics. Hi. Because people just explained it like, well, yeah, when you look at it, it suddenly collapses. And like, what do you mean it suddenly changes just because a human looks at it? Like, that makes no sense. A human isn't something special in the universe, right? Makes absolutely no sense that it suddenly collapses when a human looks at it. But at some point, I realized, oh, it's not because a human looks at it. It's because in order for us to look at it, we have to interact with it. And that interaction causes the wave function to collapse. Because we are altering it. And that makes sense to me. Let's have a sip of water. Marcel is now a physicist. Well, considering how much trouble I had explaining the thing, I wouldn't really call myself a physicist. It didn't go very well. Now did it? Oh, and we again don't have money. We need some way to make money. Let's build a profitable ride. Now you know what, let's do the old thing. And build some microcoasters. I'm guessing this has to do with guests thinking someone is watching me if you look at it in too long. Yeah. And that alone doesn't really do anything, but they apparently also stop and scratch their head when they think that, which of course does change the thing, because then they stop, which means they gotta sink. Four times the same coaster, does that work? Absolutely. Price manager. Oh, it's already on. Can we get a bench guy? Abso-frickin-lutely. Now, I don't... I need to come at it from a different angle. There we go. Yeah, well, let's... Oh, hang on. There we go. Wait. That's better. Wait. He escapes? Wait. That shouldn't be possible. Hang on. You're my bitch now. I'm gonna experiment on you. What happens if I put fences back? Still escapes. Yeah, drowning him. Can't be arsed to deal with this bullshit. I've just taken a quick snap of the giant sunspot cluster that threw this CME. What's a CME at us? I mean, I know what you mean, the whole sunstorm thing, but I have no idea what CME stands for. I hope it's a good picture. Coronal mass ejection. Ah. I think it's just generic behavior when a peep is stuck on a one-by-one path. Perhaps. It's fuzzy just through my camera, no telescope or anything. I mean, it's still nice. Ah, right. I had the thing. Yeah, I had the guest purchases as animation turned off. You know why? Because I needed to get to 9600 guests in the park in version 0.3.5, which still the old limits. And these things counted, these price things counted as entities. So I couldn't get to the maximum guest count because guests were buying food, and these little pricey floaty things took up spots that guests could not take up because they were in the way. Oh, I think staff might not be a bad idea. And some advertisement as well. Okay, let's build another coaster. How about medium? Nah, let's do a custom woody. To make some good money. So I also have an answer to why I suddenly got guests quicker after year 500. And that's because the park rating is higher, so the guest generation is higher. That is something I should have seen, right? That's something I should have thought of, right? Because it's a really simple thing. On one hand, yes. But on the other hand, no. The park rating increase should have been much smaller than it was. Which is why I didn't think of it. But somehow the balloon stall got stats. Which gave it more, which in turn gave another extra 62 park rating. The balloon stall got stats of 0.0 excitement and 9.6 intensity. And I don't know what nausea, but that's not important for the park rating. I want the bench, baby. Too bad, we have a bench pitch. The second. What makes a balloon stall intense? Well, what makes it get stats in the first place? And more importantly, why did it happen twice? Because it didn't just happen once. Because it happened first. Because I have extra save files that I didn't use for the video after 1000 and a 5000 year. So I have checkpoints at 500, 1000, 2000, 5000 and 10,000 years. And only the ones after 2 and 10,000 the balloon stall has stats. Not after 5,000 in between. Seems extremely weird, but it did not lose its stats. That's because the 2000 year one is a different one that I started again from 1000 years. So the first time it happened between 5 and 10,000. And the second time it happened again when I did the second run from year 1000 to 2000. I had to do the second run because I lost old autosave, so couldn't, you know, had to do it again. So it happened twice. And I genuinely have no idea why. Okay, how much can we charge for this? 18. Now that's gotta make us some good money. So, how did you even find out it had stats? Well, I can show you. If we go to here. Inspect park rating. Average ride excitement 0. Average ride intensity 9.6. And total ride intensity 9.6. So, I have no... There's nothing else in this park. Like, nothing, only a balloon stall. It's empty. Yet, I wonder how intense you can make the balloon stall. I wonder how it got these stats. Nothing happened. I just ran it. I didn't do anything. Maybe one guest bought so many balloons. No balloons have been sold. Except 21, because those were bought by the very early guests that were already in the park and had already ridden rides. But once those left, no other guest ever bought a balloon. Because guests only buy souvenirs when they've ridden at least 2 rides. So, I don't know. Maybe it's intense because you have to phase through 500 guests on one tile to get the balloon. I mean, in the first run, it did not have it yet at 5,000. After 5,000 years. Like, here's 785 park rating, and that just, you know, makes sense. But I don't know. It's weird. And the problem is, does this happen in vanilla? Well, it does have stats, because I opened the save file in vanilla. I used an old enough OpenRT2 version that I can open it in vanilla, luckily. And it got the same park rating. The park rating remained. So it does properly have stats. Now the question is the reason it got stats an OpenRT2 thing? It's a bit difficult to test, because you can't speed up very much in vanilla. To go to 2000 years in vanilla with the maximum cheat engine sped up, which is about 10 times, would take 200 hours. Wait, that's the intensity of the coaster you start with. Yeah, but not the excitement. Wait, is it? Hang on. Almost. It's pretty accurate. 9.65 instead of 9. Yeah, that does seem a little too close to be a coincidence, right? It's not quite the same, but it's very, very close. But the excitement rating obviously was 0. But hang on, that makes sense, because, hang on, Bossy mentioned something about the excitement rating being set to -1 for stalls. But if the intensity rating doesn't get changed... And the nausea rating might then be 5 point whatever. But that doesn't matter. Because nausea isn't included in the park in the park value calculations at all. Or park rating. Okay, you guys wanted an intense or a nauseating roller coaster. Okay, the multi-dim is stupidly expensive. Inverted hairpin. You can easily make that very nauseating. You want an Achtbahn. I will give you an Achtbahn. I got rid of the burger bar and the total intensity shot up to 16.6. Huh. Oh, that's a good question. Does Hoover know why it's called an Achtbahn? Well, no guessing, because Max just told us the answer. In some languages, they used to be called Russian mountains, or might still be. Okay, yeah, I want this to be nauseating, but I ideally would also like to have a decent intensity rating. So I'm gonna see if I can, if it doesn't go too fast in that turn. No, it does. Slightly though, only slightly. Also, there's a hidden Easter egg in that video that, at least so far, I mean, it's only been 2 hours, no one has commented about. Of course, I renamed all the guests and stuff, but that's not hidden. The nudist, that's also just a guest name. That was a coincidence, by the way. That guest just spawned naked, well, I mean, with salmon-colored clothes, and I was like, heh, I'll name it Nudist. Mother Teresa, I mean, that's just not a guest name. Oh, early completion was still on. Whoopsie. Is it a setup in the Enterprise that looks like a penis? How does that look like a penis? Do you just see a penis in everything? What's this coaster? Well, people wanted a nauseating ride, so who am I to not oblige? The Enterprise are the balls and the stalls are the shaft. Yeah, but like the balls would be 10 times bigger than the shaft, which is not how a penis is shaped. At least mine isn't. Okay, I might have made this too intense. Honestly, I have a feeling it'll be too intense. But we'll see. I mean, maybe lateral G's don't count, of course. Because I'll fix those. Maybe it would be nice if we gone a little bit faster here, but yeah, it's fine. And we got a second chain lift. Ah, here it's gone nice and fast. Alrighty. 9.95 intensity. Only 5.7 nausea. Well, it's what we get. We got to deal with it. And it's still high enough that it will produce plenty of pukies. Alright, drown guest 629. And name what? Name it Marcel Vos. Because I make you nauseous. Honestly, I would give this ride a much higher nausea rating than 5.7. Damn, we can charge nearly 25 bucks for it. That's a lot. Is it the fact that you call the balloon stall a helium bag? Those are just ride names. That's easy. What are you doing for Mother's Day? Not much. My mum isn't even in the country. Place the only toilet elbow. I was like, what the hell's an elbow stall? We don't have a toilet yet. On the other side of the park. Hee hee. Stall where you buy elbows. If you break yours, you buy replacements there. You name two guests, Courtney Miller and Shane Toll. Again, those are guest names. Those are obvious. I do enjoy that people notice that though. There should be a path uniquely identified as the path of pain for all the incoming vomit. So far there's none here though. So, maybe the guests are more resilient than I thought. It does have a very high intensity rating, so maybe only guests that are very resilient go on it. I'm not sure, but that seems like it. Let's advertise myself. Me and my beautiful buttocks. A stall selling macaroni elbows is perfectly sensible. In a theme park? Seems a bit weird to me in a theme park. Ooh, we got the tittiest park in the country award. Very, very nice. Okay, what should I build next? Please fit a coaster inside the barn opposite the coaster. I mean, that can only be a very small coaster, my friend. Like, can't be much more than a little microcoaster. Even this doesn't fit. Even that deletes a scenery piece. Is it that the nudist is carrying nothing? I mean, no, it's just... No. I mean, it's just... That's just a guess that spawn that I renamed. Just turn off clearance checks, then it won't get deleted. I mean, that's boring. Entertainer Hell. A section of the park with all the entertainers and very minimal escape. Now Then I gotta do a lot of manual... Because if I do this and I use the Dallas staff manager... Oh wait, that's a security guard. Well, we can test anyway. Okay, why doesn't it work? For some... Okay, the fire function works. The crash function works too. I just killed 4 people. Oh, another 4. Hey, we just keep going. Woo! Kaboom, baby! Kaboom! Boom! Fireworks! Boom! Boom! Yeah. Got a few more to go still. Some lovely explosions. Don't you love it? Hey! Hey! Is that it? Yeah, that's it. I think a car caught up to another one, so... We'll make it wait for full load. Just some light genocide. It's only genocide if I specifically targeted, like, pink-shirted guests or something. This is just mass murder. And there's nothing wrong with that. How many people died? 4, 8, 10, 14. Ah, that's not that much. Old-fashioned dueling wooden coasters. We already do have a wooden coaster there. Hang on, someone wanted a bobsled. Oh yeah, I'm also still saving to make a path that goes down from the lift here, but that will be stupidly expensive. Like 40,000 or something. And that is, by the way, why I'm building a couple of... I've built a couple of profitable rides. Just so that I can eventually do that. Call the bobsled Bibsled. What's the significance of that name? Let's test this, because I'm not sure if it'll make this. Oh, just some vowels. Swapped. Boobslut. Wait, is the first one pronounced boobslut? The one with the U with the dots? Maybe. You dirty, dirty boy. Is it making it? Alright, we'll just make this a little taller then. There we go. Now it ought to make it. U is like Y is U. Boob sled. Yeah. So you do pronounce it like that. Hang on, U is like Y is U. I don't know what you mean with that. Maybe it would have made it if it was loaded with guests. Perhaps, but that's not a risk I'm going to take. It's like Y in U. If the Y in U makes a Y sound. Like, that would make it beep sled. Or beep sled. And I've heard, you know, a few different languages which use that character, and I've never heard beep sled. Now I'll just call it what Max wants me to call it. There you go. That's what you want, right? You do not have manners. Nah, it's me who's dirty here, not you. Definitely not. How you pronounce Uber? How do you pronounce Uber? Uber? Because otherwise the Y in U got nothing to do with it. Like in German, Uber. Boobsled. Still no vomit in front of the noises, right? Yeah, good point. Okay, we do have a few handymen, but not that many. To be fair, not a lot of people are going on it at the moment, because they don't think it's safe. Only if they're very happy they will ignore it. Which, to be honest, is fair. Alcohol might be my undoing for this evening. It's fine, man. It's fine. Okay, what next? We got our bobsled. Oh, is that a Piplup emoji? Very nice. I grew up on Gen 4. I mean, I didn't really grow up on Gen 4 as a kid. It was, I mean, it's my first Pokemon Gen. I was 13, which is still a kid, but it's not like when I was 7 and started playing Pokemon or something. We already got Achtbanen, Hooverkins. We got 7 of them. Built a ridiculous U-shaped. I'm saving up money. Although, actually, there are some cheaper ones. There are so many U designs. This one is ridiculous. That one's actually quite cool. That one is massive. That one is a bit weird, but I've seen worse. Now, Kara, achtbaan, literally means 8 track and it's a roller coaster. An auto-rondrit is what a car ride is called in Dutch here. And most of these are fairly normal. I mean, this one's quite inversion heavy. This one's just odd. This one looks a bit weird with a gentle incline, but, you know, I've seen worse. Oh, this one's cool. Okay, that high up station is odd. This one's very, very cool. Most of these are quite good. Isn't this just Tornado? Or Corkscrew? Yeah, it's just Tornado. But without the scenery. Hey, I like this design. It's microcoaster-esque. Oh, this one's also microcoaster-esque. I like this one. This one's cool. Oh, you can even gain height without chain lifts, Smurfykins. You don't even need to just go down and up. Okay, so what's the weirdest? This one's pretty weird. Yeah. Have you ever built a coaster with multiple stations? No, never in my life. Never ever. Never. Definitely not. By the way, the reason you can gain height is because of bug in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. Because that's kind of not how physics work. Oh, we got a rainbow train. I like that. Hang on, wasn't there a thing with this that it might not make this? Well, looks like I was right. Let's just make it wait for full load. Or how about we just launch it a little bit quicker? I love how the corkscrew bug is still not patched. Yeah. The reason it's not patched is because it's quite complicated. There are like 3 different bugs that all give height. And they all work in a different way. The steep track one is different from the corkscrew one. And it's not an easy thing to fix. It's not like, you know, when they got one of the stat requirements or stat penalties wrong for the air-powered coaster, where it's just changing one number and it's fixed. How many inversions does this thing have? Ooh, that's a cool intensity rating. 10.97. It's got 14 inversions. Wouldn't it break all the existing coasters with those parts? Probably not. It might like break a few designs, but unless your coaster is either very long and has a lot of those parts and goes very slowly in some point, then yeah, it might break it. Of course, all the coasters I designed specifically to abuse that will break. But, you know, every single half corkscrew has the glitch here. But they cancel each other out. Because when you go down, you gain more speed than you should. And when you go up, you lose more speed than you should. Or the other way around, something like that. So if you have something like a Cobra roll, then it just cancels each other out. And even in this one, like here it goes up via half loop and then down via a corkscrew. So that's on, ooh, you gain more speed than you should. But then later on, it goes up with a half corkscrew and down with a half loop. So the extra speed you lose again. So in a lot of designs, that will be the case as well. So it really doesn't have that much impact. Alright, let's have a drink. What does RST2 do to give height without lifts? I mean, on the speed, on the steep drop thing, it's that it calculates the length wrongly, and therefore gives it more speed than it should, because it thinks the track piece is longer than it is. I quite like the color scheme on here, with as well the rainbow car. That's a nice touch. Okay, what's next? What shall we build? It's funny that we still unlock things and research things, even though I just enabled ignore research status, so it doesn't really do much. So, what do you guys want to see? Cheats are allowed, by the way. Like, if you want to see me put, I don't know, an observation tower on an inverted roller coaster track. Alright, have fun at your grandma's, Hoover. A hearts line and a micro giga. I might be able to do those two at the same time. Hang on. Booster. And then we use some cheats. Need that one. And later I will also need a ZC. Hardline, 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 hardline. There we go. Upper transfer. We go back to Giga. And then we go back to fart line. There we go. Then we go back to Giga. Oh, it does need a little bit more speed apparently. Because it doesn't quite work as I hoped it would. Okay, it does slow down a lot. Hang on, if we make it do multiple laps, will it make it now? Will it just... Hang on, I have a solution for that. Hang on, we go back to hardline, 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 hardline. Then we go back to Giga. I'll just put some boosters here. That should work. Yeah, there we go. Nothing weird about this one. Is it possible to make a steeplechase too intense? Yeah, you can just get some lateral G forces. And even without that, if you make it have a very high drop, very high top speed, very, 63 drops, then you can probably make it too intense. Okay, now to sell the illusion, we're gonna have to just put a hardline on this, the other way around. So we just do lower transfer. Why that got built weird. There we go. Hopefully that does not interfere with anything. It does not. And then we do it again. Like that. And don't forget the path from the top of the lift. Yeah, we should have about enough money by now. So if we make this like dark red, the color of blood. And have this have the same color. And then we'll make this, I don't know, yellow. It looks absolutely perfect. What are the stats? 632, 376, 189. Absolutely nothing wrong with this. Good stats, because it... I mean, it's really just a Giga Coaster with some transfer pieces. So it's basically just a Giga Coaster, so that's why you get the Giga Coaster stats. And that's also why we can charge 1280 for this. Even though it's quite tiny. Okay, time to build the big path. We can finally afford it. Marcel Vault has broken down. Oh no! The final guest is falling there as we build this. And I can't quite build quick enough to catch up with them. Yeah, 570 per piece is not cheap. Path supports are the most expensive supports in the entire game. At 5 per unit. Now there are some roller coasters that seem to have more expensive support, but that's because the thing that you're trying to build is multiple tiles and it gets the support costs per tile. But per tile there's nothing more expensive than the path tile. This is actually a long way down. The annoying thing is that with roller coasters, if you build a piece high up, you actually get those costs back of the support. With path piece, not so much. So if I were to delete this now, I would only get 10 per piece. There we go. This sucker. These suckers are in for a bad time. Oh, Mr. Handyman, are you sure that the 50 an hour is enough to deal with this? With these stairs? There are no stairs, it's just sloped path. How much per of the woody? 350, I believe. $20k dollars. More like 45,000. Yeah, it's expensive. It's very, very expensive. Looks quite cool. But stupidly expensive. Looks like the vessel in New York City. The vessel. Little bit, yeah. I can see that. Oh, there are also some guests coming down already. Here's the very first guest that will reach the top manually without using the lift, which is cheating. Hello, Gary Kember. Yeah, so happy, yeah. By the way, for the longest time I thought that guests lost energy quicker when they walked on sloped paths. But I looked into how the energy works for, you know, a couple of past videos, and I haven't seen anything that actually indicates that they lose energy on sloped paths. How far will guests walk to get a ride? That's complicated, but I believe theoretically infinitely far if they have a map. You need to go to the toilet? I'll just pee off the side. I'm sure people will enjoy a refreshing mist. You're almost at the top. Just a little bit more. You still got maximum energy. Can we get a drop down as tall as this tower too? We can. We absolutely can. No one will ride it. Because it will have an extreme intensity rating. But yeah, we can. Now, there is a possibility that I'm wrong and I did not miss something and they do actually lose more energy. So I'm not saying they definitely don't. I'm just saying that nowhere ever in the code have I seen it yet. And we've reached the top. Time to go back down. Haha. Haha. Need to go to the toilet. Well, as I said, just pee off the side. Wouldn't it be amazing to stand on top of there and pee off the side? I mean, assuming there's no one below, of course. That would be the ultimate power move. That would claim that as forever yours. Maybe they don't lose more energy per unit of time, but it takes longer for them to travel a tile. I mean, sure. But that's not directly caused by it. I almost did something like that. You did? Did you like pee off pulpit rock or something? Off a cliff in Ireland, pissing off a 100 meter tall cliff seemed like a power move, but it was so windy. I mean, also the fact that I don't want to stand that close to a 100 meter cliff. I'm heading for the lift now. Wow. You know, if that was a fence that meant I couldn't fall off, then sure, I wouldn't have much problem standing at the edge. But I'm not going to stand at the edge of a cliff. That seems dangerous. They have a slower animation on stairs. Might indicate fewer ticks in which they lose energy. Oh, that works in a different way. You got nothing to do with it. You gotta live. Well, you gotta choose live or pitch off the cliff. Yeah. Pitch off the cliff might very soon turn into not live. Okay, let's build a very tall rotor drop that someone requested, which no one will ever ride. Now I know why guest 693 suddenly went for the lift, because he just admired the lift in all its glory. He inspected every beautiful crease and fold of the lift. And just like he does with his women, he thought, I want to ride that. And then walk down and admire it again. So yeah, as I said, no one will ever ride this ride. I mean, maybe they're queuing for it right now, a few, because it's got no stats yet. That's possible. But as soon as it has stats, it will be quite intense. The ride to the top is calming, though. How long is the ride time for the rotor drop? Hey, a balloon. Quite long. It doesn't go up very, very fast. I don't wonder when we'll reach the top. We're reaching the edge of the map. We can go up a little bit more, but not that much. Ah, there's the top. Rotating and... Okay. So guests did queue for it. And that should be the final guest to 4860! Wow. And these guests will pay it. Those who can afford it. Yeah, this guy can't. Some of them can, luckily. Even a cash machine barely is enough. Because they get 50 at a cash machine. How long did this take? Oh, stats there. 1 minute 23 seconds. Not that long. It's got 25 intensity. Still 3 excitement. Ooh, and it came down very, very quickly. Okay, a lot of them can't pay it. But some can, and they've paid 48.60. Honestly, that might be the highest I've ever had a guest pay for a ride without cheating. We should see Piscry's comment. Your father passed away, that's not nice. My condolences. I hope you're doing as well as you could be, considering the circumstances. If you want me to build anything here, You have free reign. Yeah, this ride has now had its final customers. No one will ever go on it again. They would if it was, if it was underground. But they don't now because it's not indoor. Yeah, how old was he? I hope he had a good life. He isn't suffering from cancer anymore. I'm doing better, but my mother is still understandably sad. 64 years old. That's incredibly similar age to my father. When he passed away from cancer as well. He was 67. No, 68. So yeah, again, my condolences, and I hope I might be able to take away a little bit of the pain for a while. Was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer 3 years ago. Isn't that quite a long time? My dad made it 3 months. Also from lung cancer. Our go-kart's available. Anything's available. I've enabled literally everything. So, yes. Can you mix go-kart vehicles? You as in people in general, yes. You as in me? I don't know how to. I mean, something with right vehicles, right vehicle editor or whatever, but I don't know how that works. Does it count an underground piece when you build a station of a launch tower rose up underground? I don't know if you then go above ground if it counted underground. Hyperspeed teleporting go-karts. Oh, that thing. I hope that still works in this version. Let's give it a shot. Because I believe at some point there was something that caused it to work maybe slightly different or something. I'm not sure. Try for support. What do you mean? Okay, I'm not gonna make it that tall. But it doesn't need to be that tall to go very fast. It might not reach 2200 kilometers an hour, but it will still reach high speeds. Yeah, because, you know, if it's tall, I can't view the park from this angle because all the supports will be in the way. Let's see. We need... No, I can just do this. This is air clearance. There we go, and then we just delete. And then we build that into that. Will that work? I think it'll work. GeoGuessr at some point during the stream today. No. This is just roller coaster tycoon. Okay, and then now we'll do a vertical drop coaster. Oh, this is the RCT1 vertical... Wait, what? No, that doesn't... Huh? What? Why can't we go vertical? Or even steep? Okay, I'll just merge it with the vertical drop coaster. Screw it. Or twister coaster, whatever. Okay, that'll work. Just need to build that into that. Build that into that. Oh yeah, we also to start it. Need to make it a full circuit. So, now we just need to do the tile inspector. Delete that. Delete that one. And now we can delete all of these. Okay, I hope this works. I hope I did it right. Wait. I built it the wrong way around. Also, they crashed. Okay, so the teleporting worked. How did they go past this find the... Oh, I think they actually crashed here already, but it didn't show yet. Wait. No. Huh? What? I mean, I need to rebuild this entire thing, because it's all the wrong direction. I mean, I can already just keep this in place, I guess. Wait. How does... Okay, screw it. I need to... Why was that vertical... Why was that go-kart bit vertical drop coaster 2? That made no sense. Anyway, let's try again. This time, we'll start by going up. And to see how high we need to build, I'll build this the other way around. You know, just to do it easy, I'll just do tile inspector, copy, paste, turn it around twice, then build that way. I'm not sure if it's the correct order, but we'll find out if it isn't. Wait. Why did it suddenly stop building and make me build the entrance and exit? Something is finicky here. Oh wait, this should be all the way around. Okay, that's a merge done. That's a merge done. But yeah, we shouldn't be able to open it. Yeah, because it's not a complete circuit. So what we need to do Oh, I think I know why. It's because it's immediately there problematic. I think that's how it crashed. So, yeah, we kind of need a piece in between here so that I can kind of work with that. There we go. Now I can just do that. That. Right, still not a... Wait, what did I just delete? I think I deleted too much again. God damn it. Okay, there we go. God damn it. Okay, I'll just tile inspector. Why are there 4? Why? Oh, it's because I'm building, isn't it? Yeah, 3. That makes more sense. Okay, there we go. Now we'll just remove that bit. Remove that one. And now it hopefully works. This should be fun. Just a few more guests. I mean, I know what went wrong with the vertical drop bit. And I know what went wrong here. So this is quite simple. Here we just need to swap these around. That's quite easy. I need to use different track pieces. I forgot, I need to use these. Okay, now we simply need to swap these around. And then delete the turns. Okay, we'll go again. Oh, and of course, hang on, I forgot an important bit. Why did orange crash? Why did only orange crash? They shouldn't crash. You have the right vehicle editor. I do. But I first want to know why they're crashing. I mean, I can just see if I can just, you know, I don't know, make it like 3, like... one of these. I need to do this again. Oh yeah, I also need to unlock operating limits. And make it little laps. Little laps. Did go-kart trains ever work? Yeah, they went faster. Oh yeah, we need to know, of course. Tile inspector. Oh, now we need to not build. Swap those around. And then we can go. And we'll just swap those around again. Okay, let's see what this does. Okay, it did not crash on the first time. Okay, top speed seems to be about 70. We'll change that. Okay, so this is right ID 34. There we go. That's more like it. This might get a little bit epilepsy. Epilepsy-y. They are speed! That's more like it. "500 kilometers an hour." Hi, they finally... Hello? I haven't finished. I don't know what happened here. But yeah, it's not working as well anymore in this version. I think the right speed overflowed. Nah. You can go up to 100,000. Didn't kill them, just put them in purgatory for a change. Yeah, something like that. Well, I can't... I mean, I can make it go again, but I have to reset the whole thing. If I make it do fewer laps, I think that, you know, it'll at least go fast. If I make it do like only 10 laps, like... If I make it do 15. I'll just swap these around again. Oh yeah, I also need to do that again. That makes them heavy, but... Oh, and suddenly they stop randomly again, but much earlier. I don't know what's happening here, but... yeah, I can't do much about it, unfortunately. This is the best I can do. Unless it's got something to do with them being multiples. Like, what if we just... do that? Okay, so far so good. Okay, one final lap. Hey, you know what, I can increase it just to 100. Okay, top speed seems to be about 600. Which is good enough. By the way, do you see the thing I have in the bottom left now? There are a lot of interesting functions that no one ever uses. It has show wide paths, which in white shows up the paths that guests are not using for pathfinding in this park. Or something like that. You also have show blocked tiles. Okay, I don't know what that means, but I'm not seeing anything. Show segment heights. Yeah, this does show a lot. I guess it shows the sort of the bounding boxes. Well, not really, because the exact bounding boxes are below. These are the bounding boxes. Which looks interesting. This bounding box. Oh, Oh, they only appear at one zoom level. Why did you let one guy drive 100 laps in the speed of light? Because Space Create asked me to do so. Yeah, we also have dirty visuals, baby. But I don't see any dirty visuals. So I'm not sure what that is either, but I'm sure it's useful to the OpenRT2 devs at some point. Has he finished yet? No. Dirty visuals might only apply to software rendering. Maybe. I have no idea. The mechanic casually strolling across the station while the guy is zooming past. Seems like a fun time to me. Oh, hey, he's done. Well, almost done. If you select the dirty visuals, the bounding boxes appear around any pairings of tentacle shops and Mardi Gras dancers. Lol. Did you get test results yet? We will once this guy enters the station one final time. Excitement rating just 3. This is terribly low. So yeah, not a very exciting ride, but for us it's a very exciting ride. Looks absolutely lovely. And yeah, still no one has ridden this ride except the few that queued while it didn't have stats yet. It's not very nauseating, no, despite the fact that you have, like, in one frame they turn around here. I play at 60, I play at 40 FPS, 75? I think 75, because that's my refresh rate. No, 40, because that's the tick rate of the game. That makes sense. So, in 1/40th of a second, or 0.025 seconds, this guy goes from having a horizontal speed in one way of, about 400 kilometers an hour. Because, it goes 580, but it goes downwards a bit, so the horizontal part is a bit smaller. So it goes horizontal speed of about, let's say 400 kilometers an hour. In 1/40th of a second, he accelerates with 800 kilometers per hour in the other direction. And let's get a calculator going. So, 800 divided by 3.6. So that's 222 meters per second. In 1/40th of a second, a speed change of 222 meters a second. So we do this times 40. So per second, that's a speed change of 8,000 meters per second. We divide that by 9.81. So that is briefly 906 Gs. That's very high. This guest experienced here 906 G-forces. Well, a G-force of 906. For just 1/40th of a second. Roughly. Maybe 1,000 if if the horizontal speed is a little bit more than 400. I think it will. So about 1,000 Gs. You turn to Splat. The highest a human ever survived, that we know of, is I believe 231. Which happened in some kind of car race. Where it was thrown into like a wall and then changed direction very quickly. Something like that. Yeah, repeatedly about every second. And of course there are more G-forces. Because on this bit the G's are not as high, but there are still high G-forces. So it's low nausea because you won't continuously experience the G-forces. No, it's low nausea because it's a go-kart. It doesn't record G-forces. I'm just imagining going to a race and magically weighing 1 million pounds. It's the go-kart that weighs 1 million pounds, not you. Also, it should be only about 65,000. Well, not really pounds, it doesn't really have a unit. In my video about guest weights, I had kilos in the thumbnail, because the guest weights are, I believe, between 46 and 70, or 45 and 76, something like that. Which is, of course, a little bit on the light side, but kilos sort of make sense for that. Okay, what shall I build? Your guests may be teens anyway. Yeah, but there will definitely be adults as well. Everyone being 100 pounds is a little worrisome. Yeah, that's on the light side. That's 45 kilos. So, do you want a water ride? Do you want a thrill ride, perhaps? A roller coaster? A gentle ride? Build a river rapids. Any particular river rapids? Dueling coaster. I can try. We got some space here. I think it might be easiest to first build a river rapid and then build a coaster sort of around it. Kind of need to take like a maneuverable roller coaster. I could of course just go for a wild mice coaster. It's gotta be the slowest coaster ever. It'll reach quite a high speed here actually. These high speed rapids might be dangerous. There have been actually quite a few accidents in theme parks with river rapids. Because the boats turn over and people get trapped under them. So they are fairly dangerous. Oh shit, zero clearance is still on. Let me just remove all the scenery I've built through. Just so that we don't have any zero clearance issues. Okay, whirlpool. It's annoying that for some reason the whirlpool refreshes every time, you know. You get back to the building a normal piece every time you've built a whirlpool. For some reason. Any ride that is not attached to a rail is going to be more dangerous. Same with bobsleds. Yeah, I guess so. Are bobsleds actually dangerous in real life though? I've never heard of a bobsled incident, but then again, there are not that many bobsleds. And I don't mean those like alpine coasters that you go down, because those are just people going way too fast by themselves. I mean actual bobsled coasters. If you fall off a bobsled, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, but how often does it actually happen is my question. Because yeah, if it does happen, you're screwed. But does it happen? Because if an airplane falls out of the sky at 30,000 feet, you're screwed as well. But that doesn't happen very often. You know what, let's do a spinning wild mouse, which is kind of in the theme. We're kind of using the smallest track possible, the spinning wild mouse, against the bulkiest track. Something like that. I have a feeling it might be going too fast. Let's turn off some cheats. I have a feeling, yeah, 12 cars is more than the station can handle. Okay, speeds are good here. There was a big incident on Matterhorn quite some time ago. Yeah, but, like, hang on, which Matterhorn? Like, a ride somewhere or the actual mountain? Because if it's on the mountain, it'll be an alpine coaster-like thing. Which doesn't really count for this, because it's a very different thing. Oh, in Disneyland. Okay, so an actual ride. California. Okay, I was thinking of Paris. Because that is the closest Disneyland to me. Funny thing actually, when I first realized there were multiple Disneylands, and there you know, were also ones in America, I was like, wait, what? For some reason, I always assumed that America was, or Paris was, the only Disneyland. It was just the Disneyland. Same. And I think a lot of Dutch people will have the same. Because as a kid you hear, oh, we're going to Disneyland. And that just means you're going to Paris. I mean, I've never been to Paris. Yeah, it's not even the original. Makes sense, because Walt Disney was an American. So why build your theme park in Paris? Okay, that doesn't work. We can go under here. We can't go under here. There we go. Okay, so what's the difference between Disneyland and Disney World? Because I always assumed they were just basically, you know, the same idea, just a different name. So we got 8 cars on this, so we'll also do 8 cars on this. Disney World is multiple parks. Okay, but it's just bigger. It can still be kind of the same, but just bigger. I love how many people are actually walking up this Tower of Path to enjoy the view. These look like they're synchronized, but this car departed at the same time as this boat. Yeah, now it's gonna take a while until we see a boat again. So let's make it like 15 seconds minimum waiting time, so they're more spread out. Well, we are rich now. Because I spent a lot of time on a few rides. That means we have now got more than 100,000 in the bank. Let's spend it on some advertisements. Advertise boob slut. We even advertised free rides on boob slut. Okay, let's make this some interesting colors. Ooh. That's not a good brown. Why are there so few nice colors for the thing? This'll work, I guess. This works nice. Ground guest 3105. We're not there yet. I can't comply with that request. Well, I'm trying to scroll down, but it's not happening. I can, though, drink some water. 2105. Let's see. Nope. Already gone. You're too late. Maybe 1T105? Or it should actually be 10T105. I can do 10T105 for you. Yeah, 2105 will indeed never know how lucky he was. Get him. Okay, he's still on my mom, so... Gotta wait until he's finished with my mom. Put a sign that says you're all nuppucks. What's a nuppuck? Hang on, do we have a better sign? There we go. There we go. You're all nuppucks. Are you enjoying my mom? Enjoy it while it lasts. She might just be your last ride. Goodbye. Guess 10th 105. Non-player characters. I appreciate you trying to help me out here by telling me what NPC stands for, Mr. Vedros. But I don't think it's possible to be as deep into this kind of gaming as I am, you know, with my whole YouTube channel and not know what NPC means. Are these were both broken down for a second. Right as I looked at it, the one got fixed. Love your YouTube videos. So chill, thanks for that. Like that you enjoy them, Stephanie. Let's see if we got any more vandalism, because I just fixed one vandalisms. Oh, we got a lot of pukies there. But no, it doesn't seem we have any other vandalisms. Hang on, there's no path connection there. That's bad. Hey, Waluigi. Welcome. That is a thing though, is the staff manager... It didn't work earlier, does it work now? No. I need to look into that, or basically tag Dallas, who presumably made it, since it's called Dallas Staff Manager. And get that shit fixed. Because I do need it sometimes for videos. I mean, I can just use an older version of the game, sure. So it's not necessarily that problematic. Maybe you know what a nupuk is, but do you know how I could beat extreme height with only a balloon stall? Yes, I do. Also, hang on, did no one spot the typo I made, or rather grammatical error, on the sign? I am very disappointed in you. Well, maybe you've noticed it, but you didn't say anything. There's a big grammatical error here. I made it on purpose to see if someone noticed, and then if someone did notice, I will be like, what you're talking about, this is correct, and it will be funny. But no one said anything, so I lost my ability to be funny. The setups don't always work out. Oh, by the way, hang on. I'm gonna quickly check the YouTube comments on my newest video to see if anyone commented about the hidden Easter egg that I'm was talking about. Video is doing very well, by the way. 15,000 views now. I'm not going to read now. I'm going to quickly do a Ctrl F thing. Nope. No one spotted it yet. Your penny, thank you. Is this still going? Yeah, this is still going. So now it still works fine. Can we... I kind of want to pause in different... Because I'm thinking some weird frames. That might just be some interpolation stuff, but... Maybe we'll be able to catch him in the act of doing something weird. Like, that's how quick he goes. If I pause as quick as I can, he still travels a lot. I sometimes hide Easter eggs at work in the code. I just like put in a random comment that's like, whoever reads this is cute. People get that one wrong so many times, just like shoot off. Oh, that one. You know, I can, you know, accept a lot of grammatical errors because, you know, people make typos and make, you know, think the wrong thing and, you know, your mind works in weird ways. And I make mistakes as well. The one thing I can't stand for some reason is if people type shoot off. I shoot off go. I should have gone to that. I'm like, please die in a fire. There and there. Well, there are 3 there. So there's a, you know, contraction of they are. I mean, that one's a classic, but it annoys me a little less. Because, you know, that one's still, you know, there and there and there are still at least words. And off is, of course, also a word. But shoot off is never a word pair you see. So that one annoys me more. Break and break is so hard as well. For some reason, that one kind of trips me up sometimes. I always know which one to use if I think about it, but... You know, I type the word break relatively often when talking about coaster breaks and stuff. And I might use the wrong one. Just if I go fast. But there are 2 mistakes that I often make when speaking. Well, no, not speaking, when typing specifically. And they're both not really related to my English skills. But more to my typing skills. Because I will often miss a word. I'll just type and I'll be like, yeah, I had a great time at it tonight. And I'll just miss a word like show, concert, festival, whatever. And it can be any random word. Somehow my mind is kind of going quicker than my thoughts. I don't know. Or then I can type, I mean. Also, what coaster do you want me to build, Mr. Vedros? And the other dueling coaster for my coming marriage. Ooh, it's in 2 weeks. And 2 days. Do we have space for it? Ah, yeah, a little bit here. Let's build a little dueling coaster. And another thing I'll often make mistakes with is that I kind of change the way I'm phrasing the sentence halfway through. but then don't change the verbs and stuff at the start of the sentence to match the end of the sentence. So I'll have like the wrong tense of a verb. You know, something like, oh yeah, I will be going to walking there. Instead, I will be going to walk there. Something like that. Do you guys like the sound of the go-kart constantly going by? And the thing is, I don't prove... Ugh, something stuck in my throat. Actually, no, I don't like it either. So, time to close it. We can reopen it later. I thought my actor was dying, but it was just a Michael Schumacher going warp speed. Sorry. Ooh, geography. What will we be talking about? Has the stream already had its share of EBU hate? You know, I don't care enough about it to actually hate on it. I just enjoy the show, aka the drama. I don't watch the song festival itself. I just enjoy the drama that's around it. I do feel bad for Joost. Berlin and Sportforum something, Waluigi. The question, by the way, the world's first covered speed skating oval in an arena is located where? I mean, if you're talking just 400 meter ovals, yeah, it's Berlin and Sportforum something. I forgot the exact name. It is completely correct. Yeah, I know my history. It was 1985? 6? And 6, I think. And then Tialf Heerenveen was like a year later. Sportforum Hohenschönhausen. Yeah, I never bothered to remember the second bit of that name. I know that the rink in Erfurt is called Gunda Niemann Stirnemann Halle. Named after Gunda Niemann Stirnemann. Unsurprisingly. I did enjoy people from the UK that were totally clueless on why their oh so great act would get 0 public points. Yeah, I have no comment on that because, as I said, I didn't watch it. When it was opened, it was called Dynamo Sport Forum, which is way easier to remember. Yes, it is. Now that I didn't know. Do hit me up with the speed skating questions though. I find those very fun. Because I know a lot about times and stuff. But stuff like, you know, names of specific rings, I might not know that well. So that might be interesting. And especially if the history is a very long time ago, I might not know it very well. Like if you ask me something that happened in 2014, a very good chance I know it. If you ask me something that happened in 1990, I might know it. I know still a fair bit about it, but like all the champions, I don't know. It's a long time ago, well before I was born. It was a backcountry public toilet with some very sus implied things with a singer that was out of tune. What? That makes no sense. I did see, by the way, Joost's performance in the half-final, semi-final. And, I mean, I'm not a very big fan of the music, but the show was nice. It was a good performance. Hello, back home again from a few days away. I have been to Toverland, Zoo Park Overloon and the Second World War Museum in Overloon, Aalhans Dierenpark and of course Walibi. Very busy days and my feet are hurting, but so much fun. That does sound like a lot of fun. A lot of different parks. Not all theme parks, just, I mean, museum is not really a park at all. Attractions, a lot of different attractions. Yeah, it sounds like you had fun. Who is Joost? That's that's very funny that you spelled it like that, IPP. Because it's spelled with 2 O's. And I have it's the Dutch Eurovision entry of this year who got disqualified for the finals. But I have a couple of friends and in a friend group, and 2 of them, one of them is called Koot, and the other of them is called Koet. For the last name. Now, Koot is spelled K-O-O-T. Koet is spelled K-O-E-T. But an English person, or English speaking person, would pronounce those the other way around. Because K-O-O-T, which is Koot here, becomes Koet in English. And K-O-E-T, which is Koet here, becomes Koot in English. Okay, Mr. Federos, here is you and your wife. Well, future wife, fiance, in coaster form. Even with the English it gets weird. Like New Zealand swapping the E and the I. Yeah, sort of. Like they won't say 6, they won't say sex, they'll say 6. I actually had a different question, but I thought I could be wrong about it, so I didn't question it. The original question was, some dude set a world record and then he bettered his own world record. From which country was the dude? I mean, there are a lot of skaters who improved upon the record multiple times in a row. So that could be a lot of people. The answer in my book would be Norway. Like the country. Like, you have country records that are world records on team stuff, but Norway has never, as far as I know, improved the team pursuit world record multiple times in a row. They've had it, they've escaped one this season, but it was broken by America. Ground gas 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll see if I still have it in stock. Yeah, Jon Olaf Kos did it in the 90s. I mean, there are probably plenty of other Norwegians who did it. Kos is the most recent Norwegian who held the world record, I think. I'm not sure. But there were before that, like Kai Arnesten Schemmet. I don't know if he beat his own. Of course, Oscar Matthiessen, 100 years ago, beat his own records numerous times. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, still in the park. Well, not for long. In fact, hang on. Because, of course, I have lists of this. I have the world record progressions since 1998. It's the one at the top, the pure world record. So, for the 500 meters men, Shimizu broke his own. Again, well, sort of, Mike Island was in between. Then Waterspoon broke his own. Kulijnikov broke his own. On the 1000. Waterspoon. Waterspoon again. Waterspoon again. After that, it hasn't happened yet, though. That's interesting. 1500 meters. Shawnee Davis. Shawnee Davis again. 5,000. Romme 3 times in a row. And Kramer twice in a row. 10,000. Kramer and Romme both 3 times in a row. And the old one here was still from Kos. But I don't go back farther than that. 500 meters. Katriona Almeidon. 10 world records in a row were set by Katriona Almeidon from Canada. That's a lot. And most of them within like 2 months. 6 world records in 2 months. Well, one time was she tied it. So kind of 9 twice she tied it. So kind of 8 world records. And yeah, Jenny Wolf, Sangwa Lee. We've had a lot of people breaking the world record. Like on the 500 meters, very few different world record holders. 1000 meters women, also. LeMay again. And Brittany Bowe, Cindy Klaassen improved upon themselves. So there are a lot of people that do that. 1500 meters, Annie Vriesinger, Klaassen, Vriesinger again. 3000 meters, Niemann, Bergstein, Klaassen, Sablikova. Huh, that's interesting. Since the 97-98 season, every world record holder on the 3000 meters has improved, has at some point taken the world record from themselves. Huh. And this is the 5000 meters, which is a lot of Niemann and Sablikova. That one dude against Katriona. You can't beat this time. That was incredible. That dude after the 5th time. Yeah, shut up. Yeah. No, but that's something that people say, right? People say in speed skating again and again and again that you can't beat this. But every time, world records get broken. Like they said it about Johan Olof Kos with 13 minutes and 30 seconds on the 10,000 meters. Well, that got broken just 4 years later and is now a minute faster. Because better technology and stuff. So we got Mr. Vetros and Mrs. Vetros. That's the advanced vitamins. No, it's just better technology. Because you got better skates, better ice, better suits, better training methods, better diets. Yeah, there is a physical limit. Of course there is. That's the thing, right? If we look at this, world record progression of 5,000 meters, which is 12.5 laps around 400 meter oval, then, you know, it's improved by 24 seconds since 1994, which is quite a lot. And it will continue improving, but obviously there's a limit, right? You can't skate this in 1 minute. Because that would mean that you go an average of 300 kilometers an hour. That doesn't work. You can't do that. But you can always go at least a hundredth of a second faster. Like, no time is perfect. You can always go a little bit faster. But obviously at some point you can't. So where is the limit? And if we, you know, if we go back further, Wikipedia has nice pages for that. So we take the 5,000 meters men. It was 9 minutes 19 in 1890, the world record. And it got improved to 8 and then 7 minutes. And at the start, you know, it got improved by half a minute here. That doesn't happen anymore. It gets improved slower and slower and slower. So it is kind of, we're kind of nearing an asymptote. It's like a 1 over x function or a logarithmic function, something like that. And we're about to go sub 6 minutes with a men's 5k. Earlier, this is the women's. The question is, when? Could be happen any time. But then, sub 5:30? I don't know. A good starting guess is the limit would be the record for fastest speed skating divided by the length. Yeah, but the fastest speed skating goes faster as well. Because the fastest speed skating, you can do that with the lap times. These are the fastest laps ever skated. This is a 400 meter laps. This is the distance it was skated during, but the distance of the lap is always 400 meters. And down I have the progressions. And in 1996 it was still 25.94. Now it's 2 full seconds faster. So that keeps improving. And 24 seconds, by the way, is an average of 60 kilometers an hour. So Pavel Klitschko went a tiny little bit faster than 60 kilometers an hour. Nobody will be able to exert that much for such a prolonged period of time. Well, you say that. But the average lap time of a 5,000 meter world record right now is about 28.6 seconds, right? If you go to the men's 500 meters, and let's say you have a 44 second world record, that would have had a lap time of slower than the 28.6 seconds we see now on the 5,000 meters. The lap time here would have probably been around 32 seconds, 31, 32 seconds. So if we now on the 5,000 meter go faster than 100 years ago on the 500 meters, who's to say that in 100 years that doesn't happen again? I doubt it. Like, progress is going slower and slower, we've seen that, but you can't just say it's impossible because it's happened before. So, and I don't know what kind of breakthroughs would need to make that happen, because from here, you know, from 100 years ago to now, we went to artificial ice, which is more consistent and is faster, indoor, which is faster, because no wind and stuff. many iterations of different types of speed skates, every one faster than the one before. They used to skate in like pants and like woolen jumpers back then. Now we skate in very aerodynamic skin suits. You know, of course, much better training regimens, because back then it was entirely an amateur sport. So, yeah, I don't know what can be necessarily improved that much anymore, but who knows. Fun fact, this guy, Oscar Matthiessen, he is known as probably the best speed skater to ever live. He had a world record of 33.4 here in 1914. That was beaten in 1928 by Roald Larsen. And 43.1. Now, a little bit later, so, you know, about 15 years after he set his last world record, Oscar Matthiessen did skate another world record of 43.0 seconds. It's not in the list, though, because it was not ratified, because someone else paid his train ticket to Davos, which was the place where he skated it. Which means that he was no longer considered an amateur, because someone else paid for him. And you had to be an amateur. Sports were not for professionals at that time. Which is ridiculous. But that's how it just worked back then. Alright. I'll add one more thing. What do you guys want me to add? I wonder though, what's the most popular ride? Well, the corkscrew cheap paths have had the most, which makes sense. Total profit though? Yeah, they're not quite at the top. Marcel Vos is at the top, because that one can charge a lot for it. Maybe a flat ride section. We can build a couple of flat rides. We don't have a lot yet. I should probably make that connected. There we go. A crooked heist. A haunted heist. Is that connected up? Yeah, it is. Now we can put some magic mushrooms right here. Spiral slide. Hang on, we can... What if we make this a lot? Because I saw someone say they did it and it kind of caused some issues. Now the question is, can we even get enough people to go on the ride quickly enough? For it to cause any issues. Okay, so we're at 8 people on the ride. That's quite a lot already. 9 folks. 10, 11. Dude, it's getting busy. I think they're only able to slide off it at a certain pace. Because there are not more guests coming down than is usual. So... yeah, they're just stuck there. Going down one by one. Hang on, if we hide the ride... oh, you can't see them. They're also invisible. They're just all waiting there. And it takes forever. If we fast forward this, will we get... no, we won't get a lot of people on it. I do wonder, let's see, we've made, you know, let's say 33k. If we just give everyone a shit ton of money and make all the rides brand new, how much will we make? Okay, we got rain twice. That's not fair. Okay, 54,000. That's more like it. There's something strange happening. Some people walk towards the entrance of the tower and then walk straight to the exit. Do they? Oh, yeah. They do. And he loved it. And does Mr. White also like it? No, not really. Huh. I don't know what's really happening here, but yeah, you're not supposed to do this stuff. Gerard van Velde was the first ever speed skater you watched. Oh, that was before my time. My first speed skating memory is when Carl Verheijen was done with his race on some distance. I think, yeah, it must have been the 1500 meters. Carl Verheijen was done with his 1500 meters at the European Championships 2006. And then Jochem Uitdagen was standing ready for his race. And then Carl Verheijen skated into the back of Jochem Uitdagen. Now, I always thought that the Winter Olympics 2006 were the first matches I ever watched. But I clearly remember seeing that on TV, and the European Championships were about a month prior to the Olympics. Okay, someone said, Snow Twister is surrounded by tropical trees and bikini ladies. I can do tropical trees. I can also do bikini ladies. Hang on. South America theming. Ooh yeah, baby. It's about to get hot in here. I can't remember who it was, but I was once watching live with my dad. That Dutch dude smashed his total body crashing into the barrier. I mean, that could have been... may also have been short track. But yeah, a lot of people have crashed over time. Was it the Olympics? Because if it was the Olympics, we can... like, if it was the Olympics 2002, we can look up who it is. Exit of the snow cups blocked. No, it's not. Oh, you found it already. Oh. Oh, that's very different. That's 2009. That's Erben Wennemars. Has anyone ever died speed skating? No. There are speed skaters who died during their career, but not when they were speed skating.
He's not a big, strong, powerful skater, but technically skates very well. Now last inner, a tough turn to, oh, and sure enough, Another casualty of the last turn.
Wennemars is holding his inside of his leg, so he may be hurt, but that was unexpected. Wennemars was on a great race, but
yeah, that's unfortunate, but that happens. Usually these falls don't have any big effect. Yeah, you might hurt for a bit, but they rarely have like long-term effects. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you fall and you're out of the season. You know, you might break something like that. But most of the time you don't. Alright, that's gonna be it for this stream. I hope you had a good one. We built certainly an interesting park. And I'm gonna see who I can raid. Let's see, is anyone playing Roller Coaster Tycoon? Okay, that's some German dude. Okay. This one I can raid. Erin Bunpaint. She's playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. And Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 actually. So have fun. I hope you had a good time during your first stream, Kate. I hope to see you again. Alright. Thank you very much for the stream. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you next time. Have a good time at Erin's stream. Bye bye.